This is the story of the 13th biggest selling car franchise in the UK, the 10th largest car importer, the 3rd fastest growing car franchise in Britain. The franchise that outsells all 3 of the other marques in its market sector put together. This is the story of the company that sells these. Since 1974, over 200,000 British people have invested in a Lada. Much of the credit must go to the cars themselves, of course. Ladas have always been tough, reliable, versatile, roomy, and very good value for money. Now they're also up to date and rather stylish. But of course you could say the same about many other makes which haven't sold as well as Lada. So there must be something else, something special. You've only to watch the Lada Import Centre in action to realise that this is no ordinary operation. £200,000 worth of the latest de-waxing equipment, so advanced that it uses the release solvent in the wax itself to power the process, begins a uniquely thorough inspection, rectification and preparation sequence, which is computer controlled at every stage and which changes a good product into an excellent one. 5 teams of eagle-eyed experts go through every car with a fine-tooth comb, searching for the tiniest fault, the smallest assembly error, minutely checking the fit of every panel, the operation of every component, the gloss on every square inch of paint. And if something needs fixing, it's fixed. Most Ladas arrive in the UK as a basic vehicle, but the UK market expects a choice of trim and specification levels. So the Samara, for example, becomes a Samara SL or a Samara SLX, right here. It's the same with the 4-wheel drive Niva. A worthy and capable vehicle when it leaves the factory, a stylish and desirable one by the time it leaves Carnaby. First-class vehicles deserve first-class support, and they get it from Lada cars. This atmospherically controlled 80,000 square foot parts complex holds £8 million worth of spares, is controlled by £150,000 worth of computers, and is the envy of many a larger franchise.
But any one of us...
This training school takes ordinary mechanics from Lada's 200-plus dealers and turns them into Lada specialists. And this marketing department has developed some of the most striking, most effective advertising ever seen in the industry.
The Ladas. Tough cars, tame prices. Test one at your nearest Lada dealer tomorrow.
The Lada Riva has been designed with real people in mind, whatever their shape or size. The Lada Riva. Try one for size.
And conducts more research into the needs of the market in a year than many concessionaires do in a lifetime. When you look around at Lada dealers, you notice that here too something special is going on. They're well branded, well equipped, professional places, where business is brisk and balance sheets are healthy. Very healthy, in fact. The Lada franchise is among the top 5 in Britain for profitability. The size of the Lada dealer network is as impressive as its quality. And the support that every one of those dealers gets from Lada cars is generally acknowledged to be as good as the best in the business. But of course it wasn't always like this. When SATRA, the Soviet America Trading Alliance Corporation of the United States, was invited to set up a UK company to market Soviet cars in Britain, they began in a small way. By 1973, however, operations had moved to Carnaby, and in 1974, the first Ladas began to arrive at Hull docks. At this stage, there were 2 options for the new company. They could treat the cars like a commodity and shift them through a few low-grade dealers, or they could bring the highest levels of commitment and expertise to the business and build it into a powerful force within the industry. They chose the hard way, the second option. And since then, Lada has shown the way for other Comic-Con concessionaires and rather got in the way of everyone else. They've invested, readily and regularly, in the best equipment and the most experienced people. They've innovated with new marketing tactics and unique customer benefits. And they've communicated, noticeably, effectively, creatively. Until now, the Lada mark is as well known as many longer established European cars. Today, Lada Cars employs 200 people at Carnaby and in the field. The 7-strong management team has almost 150 years motor industry experience to call on, and has a unique shirt-sleeves attitude to the business.
More than the 900.
Totally justified because we've achieved the results that we've been looking for.
Could be, if you're not doing as much work, we might be able to do it all in one area.
So what happens to his old office down there then?
Have some identity for the outside world that is recognisable.
Our margin's holding up reasonably well, and financially we don't seem to be doing too badly at the moment.
In 1987, this board helped steer Lada Cars and its parent SATRA into a merger with Western Motor Holdings plc. This giant company, currently the fastest growing PLC in the motor industry, has a turnover well in excess of £100 million and has opened another chapter of opportunity for Lada Cars in Britain. And diversification into other areas of the motor industry is certainly on the cards. But will these new endeavours succeed as dramatically as the Lada concession? Let's ask a group of cynical, brutally honest, independent businessmen for their opinion. Lada dealers.
The beauty of Lada is the dealer gets all the backup he needs without any interference you would get with any other agencies.
Lada Cars are the most businesslike and most accessible concessionaires that I've ever dealt with.
There's definitely something special about Lada Cars. It's not magic, it's pure professionalism.
So that's what's special about Lada Cars in Britain. The kind of professionalism that takes a share of almost 1.5% of the toughest, most aggressive market there is. The kind of professionalism that creates a dealer network that's among the top 5 for profitability. The kind of professionalism that succeeds at whatever it does, today and in the future.
The Ladas. Each has an extra thick skin. Reinforced suspension. Underbody corrosion protection. Each Lada is built to survive. To take on loads. And the roughest of roads. To stop safely. To go smoothly. The Ladas. Tough cars, tame prices. Test one at your nearest Lada dealer tomorrow.
The Lada Riva has been designed with real people in mind, whatever their shape or size. The Lada Riva. Try one for size.
Have you ever tried asking a car dealer?
Can we help you?
For a brand new family-sized four-door saloon for well under £3,000? One with contoured reclining seats, built-in head restraints and full carpeting. Rear seatbelts and heated rear window. Interior adjustable door mirrors and an overhead cam engine.
You wouldn't want headlamp wash wipe as well, would you?
The remarkable new Lada Riva has all these features and more because nothing's been spared, except the expense. See your Lada dealer for a test drive.